Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Crawford County, Illinois Ghost Hunter Society. This is live talk show episode number 45, guys. We have got a lot to talk about tonight. Haven't been on here for a while. The intro is a little rusty. Had to figure out how to do this again. I apologize, guys. We've been investigating every night straight, it seems like. We're going to talk about some of what's been going on, what we've experienced. But in the meantime, you can visit our website at crawfordcountyghosthunters.org. Check that out. You can email us at illinoishauntings@gmail.com if you have any type of paranormal activity that you think you're experiencing inside your home, business, or any other location. Definitely send us an email at illinoishauntings@gmail.com or message us on our Facebook page directly, and we'll respond with you guys as soon as possible. You can visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/Crawford County Ghost Hunters. And if you are not watching from Facebook right now, you may be out there on YouTube. So you can check it out at scrolling across the bottom there, youtube.com/Crawford County Ghost Hunters, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate that. We do dual stream to YouTube on our talk shows only, so if you like the YouTube platform better, definitely check that out. If you want to call us also, we have a phone number. It is 1-312-572-9811. It's up there on the screen. If you'd rather leave a message and let us know if you have any type of paranormal activity that you would like us to come check out or investigate, definitely give us a call. Tonight's music, as always, is by the Midnight Syndicate. All rights reserved, used with permission. You can visit their website at midnightsyndicate.com and check those guys out. Give them a like. They're also on Spotify. You can find their music on a lot of stuff. If you like that type of horror style, gothic style music, they are a band you definitely want to check out. We got a lot going on tonight, guys. I'm going to get into the show here. If I can get my comments up so I can see what you guys are saying, who I've got with me tonight. Looks like we've got a pretty good full house out here tonight. Welcome back, everyone. We've been going strong, guys, since before Halloween. So I've had barely had a breather. Haven't been able to do my normal first and third Monday talk show. I guess this is the third Monday, but it's been crazy here at the Crawford County Ghost Hunters. We've been investigating places about every night, through October, still into November. And do not miss our live investigation tomorrow night, guys. We're going to be at Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. So you do not want to miss tomorrow night's investigation, guys, because we're going to be going live from Waverly Hills from 7 p.m., hopefully Central Standard Time, to 4 a.m. in the morning. We're going to be definitely there investigating. I'm not sure when we'll cut the live feed since it's a new place for us. We may cut the live feed around midnight, like we do sometimes, just so we can get serious and investigate after the midnight hour and see what we can find. But definitely check out our investigation tomorrow night. It's going to be a good one. We're still packing, so I apologize, if we cut tonight's show a little short, but I've got a lot of stuff to tell you guys and fill you guys in on, that's happened during our Halloween season, our haunted Halloween tour season. With all the public events we had, because hold on, I'm reading a comment here. But we've had a lot go on, and I don't even know where to start. We do not go live on any of our public events, just because I don't want to draw attention away from their experience that they have there. And I posted a little article about that a while back. I want people to have the best experience possible. So that's why we haven't been going live through the main ghost hunting season of October, which kind of sucks for you guys out there that watch our live feeds, day in and day out. Unless you go to our events, you don't get to see what happens in October. But definitely, like I say, tomorrow night we're going live for the first time in a long time. It's going to be a special live at Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. It's going to be cool, guys. So definitely set your alarms for that. And we are going to be going live. But I'm going to try to recap and kind of go back to what's going on. I mean, we have had some absolutely crazy activity. We've captured some absolutely phenomenal evidence of paranormal activity. If you guys have ever watched my show and before, you definitely know I'm evidence based on my research. I don't like hearsay. I don't like people saying they've seen this or they've seen that or personal experiences. Even though myself and all my team members have personal experiences, we base our evidence off of hardcore, you know, documentation, audio recordings, video, recordings that we see and capture if it's anything paranormal that we can't explain or debunk. So, we're not basing this off hearsay or, oh, we say we've seen this or we say we witnessed this. So we got some cool evidence to show you guys. And I posted some of it up on the page already, but I'm going to go over and kind of give you the backstory behind, what is going on behind this. We're going to go over the crazy marble we caught on video here after a while. We're going to go over the walls bleeding at Pine Lawn Manor. We're going to go over some incredible stuff that happened to us at the United Methodist Village in Lawrenceville. So definitely do not turn the the dial or go somewhere else here while the show's on, because we've got some crazy stuff to show you guys tonight. It's going to be a pretty good show with some pretty good evidence videos. So if they will all play and cooperate on here. So, but I guess I'll start out with United Methodist Village. We've done our haunted tours there this year. And you guys are lucky if you did take a haunted tour at the United Methodist Village or come to one of those, because I think our time there is limited due to the possibility of, something else happening to the building down the road. It's not my place again to announce that or tell people what's going to happen to that. But our time investigating the location, I think, is limited. And, if you guys want in, you might want to contact us before the beginning of the year if you want some type of private tour or anything like that, because it may not be available by the beginning of the year. So get a hold of us privately if you do want to get in there, do a private investigation, with a group of friends or your paranormal team out there watching that. We do have rates for paranormal groups. We just had a group in there this past weekend called the Ghost Sisters. They are from up in our area, kind of. So they investigated the location. I don't think they found a whole lot. If they did, they didn't tell me, but they're still probably going over evidence and things. I don't think they had a whole lot happen while they were there, which is the way it goes usually. I mean, sometimes you can't just go to a place one time and get activity, but we are going to talk about, the United Methodist Village. Can't talk tonight. United Methodist Village and what happened to us there to start out with. So on one of our haunted tours, now this is really cool, guys. We had a lady who contacted me. She was watching our live feed, and I hope she's out there watching tonight. I don't want to mention any names. I'm not going to mention, her family member that passed away. I'm not going to mention any names out of respect. We try to respect everybody regarding, our investigations and everything, and keep people's privacy. That's one of our main things we like to do. But if I can find the right video here to bring up, I'm going to show you guys what happened. Gosh, I got so many videos here. It's ridiculous, guys, because I've got a lot to show you tonight, too. So I'm just going to start out talking about this and showing this video. So this lady contacted me. She said her husband had passed away inside the United Methodist Village in the Otten Center, or what's known as the Otten Center. And that was a dementia unit that they had inside the village. So she decided to come on one of our tours, and I think she was highly skeptical. I think she was wanting something to happen. It definitely did. I think she was looking for confirmation, to possibly contact, her loved one that had passed away. It was her husband, unfortunately, that had passed away. And she was sitting in the hall in the Otten Center with me. We had a whole group of people sitting on both sides of me during this haunted tour. And we were, trying to communicate, and she brought up, his name, and I said, you want to communicate with him or try to communicate with him? We didn't know what room he was in. She didn't really tell me for sure what room he was in when he passed away, but, she was sitting, in the hallway across from this particular room. Well, when I asked, if I could communicate, I said, do you want me to try to communicate with him? She was okay with that because I think she felt, just too upset to try to communicate with him herself. So I had a recorder, and I believe I had my ghost box over there at the time, but I was doing an EVP session to try to get confirmation of maybe, her loved one trying to communicate with her. I spoke his name. I said, "Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us tonight?" And at the same time, guys, right after I said that, a call light came on above room 188 in the Otten Center. And it was a red call light. And this has never happened to us before in that hallway. We've never seen a red call light come on, period. Kelsey Greentree, one of my team members, she used to work there back in the day. And thank goodness she knew about the color codes. She immediately informed me that that was a bathroom call light that came on. That red indicates the bathroom coming on. And, the regular orange, white light collar is just the normal room light when it's activated. So this call light had to be activated in room 188 from the bathroom, and there was nobody in the room, period. We roll out in the hallway. Come to find out, room 188 is the room where her husband passed away. And as soon as I asked that question, she was almost in tears. I think she was really, really surprised by it. And it was 100% a sign from her husband, because it has not happened again. It has not happened since. It has only happened when she was there and we were trying to communicate with him where he passed away in that particular room. Never happened again. That makes it even the more real, that, it's not happening on a regular basis. It's not some malfunction with the light. It's not something we experience all the time and they're malfunctioning. And this has only happened once when she tried to communicate with her husband that passed away in that room. So that's what makes it really cool. And I truly, in my heart, believe that was her husband telling her, "Hey, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I'm here. I'm okay." And he may not necessarily be roaming around the Methodist village. That's what people don't understand either. When you try to communicate with loved ones or family members that's passed away in these locations, like the United Methodist Village, you don't have to go to the location where they passed away, and they're not necessarily hanging out at the locations where they passed away. I don't believe, they're around you at all times. They hear you when you talk. They hear everything we say. They check in on us from time to time. So it's not like you have to go to their grave. You don't have to go to the room they passed away in. But that was just her way, I think, of confirming that was actually him, because I had no idea room 188 was the actual room he died in, guys. And his light just comes on. I mean, it's crazy. We've got video of it. The cool thing is we have evidence of all this, and that's what I'm getting ready to show you guys is the video evidence of this happening. Now, keep in mind, this is a weird change of events too, because John Sweat, one of my team members, he decided to put a camera system in room, I'm getting these room numbers right, 181, which is across the hallway from room 188. And I opened the door directly, so if something would come out into the hallway, it would catch room 188 over there. We were having a lot of activity in room 188 and room 181 in the Otten Center. So we put this camera facing out into the hallway, and am I glad we did? It was like something just told us to do this and get this angle, because this is the best angle we captured it at. We caught it on 3 different cameras, guys. This event that I'm telling you about, where the call light came on by itself. We caught it with audio on John's camera, so I apologize. You probably hear us cussing or saying what the heck, that's my common response when something crazy goes on. I have to stop myself from dropping the F-bombs, as you all probably know, on the live feeds, but I've ruined so much of my own evidence, it's not even crazy. But I have to beep out my cuss words a lot of times. I apologize, guys. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys the video, one of the videos, the best video that we captured from John's camera facing there with the audio, and you can hear us respond and talk about it. But we also got a second camera angle from our main camera that was in the hallway that captured it. And one of the ladies, one of the females that was taking our tour, had a camera there, a nice high-end camera that she started video recording on and captured most of the event also as soon as it came on. What happened is it came on and then it went off, and then it came back on again when we said, "Can you do it again?" sort of. So I'm going to show you guys the video and maybe play it a couple times so you can see this. But again, I apologize for any language out there. So here we go, guys.
My phone's on airplane, man. It's on airplane? Yeah.
What the hell? Oh my God. Base, you got a copy? Base? Yeah, it was right after a K2 hit. There's still a K2 hit going on there. Base, you got a copy? Did you see that on camera? The red light is on in the hallway here after we got a K2 hit right below. Just went off. Just went off. It's back on. Back on. Oh, sweet. Do it again. Do it again.
That's the call light alarm, guys. That's what that is.
Yeah,
No, it is. It's picking up over here, though. Like crazy.
We've never had that happen.
No, I know. No, she was talking about the beeping.
Oh, yeah, the beeping that's normal over here.
When it came on,
When it comes on, it's fine. Yeah, because that's the beeping call light. That's why it does
You
that.
get it?
Yeah.
There's no electricity there, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's never happened.
We've been here.
That's never happened. All right, I'm gonna play that video one more time just in case you guys, didn't see it. I always like to play videos a couple times, because some people don't see the things right off the bat. That you're looking for that call light come on outside the room, across from the room the camera is set in. You'll see the call light come on above. And the reason it's not red, I want to explain this to you too real fast. The reason it's not red like I'm describing it is because we are filming in IR. That was an IR camera that captured that. So everything's going to be that green color, and it doesn't show colors, unfortunately, like the red. We all witnessed it. It was definitely a red call light, and we caught it from 2 other cameras that were filming in IR. So the only bad problem is we don't have it in the red, like I'm telling you guys the color was. But I'm going to play this for you one more time, and then we're going to move on to another crazy thing that happened at the village. So here we go.
My phone's on airplane then.
It's on airplane?
Yeah.
What the hell? Oh my God. Base, you got a copy? Base? Yeah, it was right after a K2 hit. There's still a K2 hit going on there. Base, you got a copy? Did you see that on camera? The red light is on in the hallway here after we got a K2 hit right below. Just went off. Just went off. It's back on. Back on. Oh, sweet.
Do it again. Do it again.
That's the call light alarm, guys. That's what that is.
No, it is. It's picking up over here, though. Like crazy.
We've never had that happen.
No, I know. No, she was talking about the beeping.
Oh, yeah, the beeping that's normal over here.
When it came on,
When it comes on, it's fine. Yeah, because that's the beeping call light. That's why it does
You
that.
get it?
Yeah.
There's no electricity there, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's never happened.
We've been here.
That's never happened. All right. So there's a video evidence of what I was telling you guys, and I truly believe that lady's husband communicated with her that night through that call light. It was definitely a sign to her that he was okay, that he's with her all the time, and that he watches over her. I mean, I truly believe he was sending a message to that lady that I'm going to keep nameless right now. But just cool things happen on our tours, guys. And stuff like that keeps me doing this. When somebody can come on our tours and communicate with a loved one that passed away somewhere, and go home with a whole different idea and sense of well-being about life and death. That's why I keep doing this, guys. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we've got names of people over our devices, whether it be through EVP or ITC communication sessions. A lot of times we'll communicate with loved ones of people's family members, and that's why I keep doing this too. I like helping people. So the next thing, I think I played this in the last one. I'm just going to throw this one up there again. This is a knock that we heard at the United Methodist Village that we captured. This was about 5:17 in the morning, I think, and you hear a knock on the door. Again, we all freak out. This was me and Jalen and the guys from Terre Haute that's now on my team. So listen to this real quick, and then I'm going to get on to another new evidence video that you guys are going to want to see too that's just pretty bizarre.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. So I'll play that one more time. That's a door getting hit. And obviously we're in complete silence when this happens. It goes boom, boom on the door. like 2 times. Again, we cannot debunk this. We cannot debunk we can't debunk the last video I showed you either with the call light coming on. Me and Kelsey went back in a couple days later, started pulling call lights. They all turned red in the bathroom. They're clear in the rooms. They still work. They still function. Something hit that bathroom call light, and we cannot debunk it. We have no explanation for it at this point, at the current time. We have no explanation for this knock either. Like I said, I'll play this one more time.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So again, that happened at about 5:17 in the morning. That last one I just played where the knock took place. Now this next video clip I'm going to show you, this is from United Methodist Village, also in Lawrenceville, Illinois. This happened on our haunted tours also. We had a lot of stuff go on and captured a lot of crazy stuff on video because we're rolling nonstop there. We've got our video camera still set up there rolling nonstop. So anything that happens there, we're catching it. And during the course of our investigations there, we've had strange occurrences with cats. And I think I told you guys a little bit about this before, but in the United Methodist Village at Lawrenceville, Illinois, that's what I'm talking about. If you guys are unfamiliar, you're not from the area, it's the old South Campus. It was a nursing home and used, basically as a nursing home. And the whole thing completely went out of business in 2018. The old Holden Center went out, way before that. But that's the location I'm talking about right now. There's cats. I've been told by some of the nurses, some of the CNAs and stuff that used to work there, is they would let a few cats in the building, or they had pets in there. They would even feed them in bowls and stuff outside. We have had multiple people on our haunted tours report, seeing a little low-lying shadow go into a room, or a cat-like apparition go into a room, or see something strange like that. Courtney had her strange occurrence with a cat in the Otten Center when a black cat came up to the window. I'm thinking it was close to 3 a.m. I may be off on the time, but it came up to the window of the Otten Centers, looked in, took off, and that happened like 2 or 3 investigations in a row. That same event happened about the same time. But on the first event, when Courtney drove home, she hit a black cat with her car right outside of Lawrenceville, leaving the investigation. So that was kind of strange, foreshadowing event, where she's seen this cat. But now we've captured a cat, guys, on video. And this is a strange event because there were the building's pretty secure. Of course, something can sneak in, probably any place like that. I'm sure there's a little, hole somewhere we're not finding, but we're not saying this is 100% paranormal, but it's very, very odd that we captured a cat on one of John's video, again, going into one of the most haunted rooms in the Otten Center, where we just captured the call light over. This cat goes into this room, walks around, is not captured on any of our other cameras from any other angle. The hallway camera did not capture it. His other cameras down the other hallway did not capture the cat. This cat just comes into the room in front of our video camera, turns around, and kind of goes back out. The video ends because it recorded a short clip, but it's not on any of our other cameras. The cat somehow mysteriously got into the room without being recorded on our camera coming down the hallway, or the other camera John had set up in the other hallways. So I'm going to show you guys this cat we captured. And again, I'm not 100% saying this is paranormal. This is probably just a cat that snuck in, but it's just the weirdness of it. And also, to back the story up a little bit, Jake Greentree was sitting at base with my team members one night, and he heard a cat meowing at base, and he couldn't find it. So, we've had some weird stuff with cats inside the village, but here's the video of the cat being captured. All right, so there's the video, guys. Like I say, just a short little video, but I'll play it one more time. Here we go. Very weird. We don't know how the cat got in the building. This was right before, or right as one of our haunted tours began. I got there a little bit late that night, and it was literally as our tour started that we recorded this mysterious cat. We went down there. I went running down to that area. I searched that whole end of the building, could not locate a cat. We have not seen a cat in there since. We have not ever seen a live physical cat in the building during any of our investigations. We can't figure out how it got in there. I talked to the owner, Rick, and he said he doesn't really know how it got into the building. He's never seen a cat in the building. And again, it went into room 188 where we communicated with the lady's husband. Now, the weird thing about that room 188 is it's directly across the hall from room 181. Now, room 188 is where a female, even though this lady's husband passed away in there, I mean, there's been several deaths in that room. There was a female that lived in room 188, and she had dementia, and she walked across the hallway to room 181, where another guy was actually staying at the time, in the Otten Center, another resident. And the story I've been told, I know this is graphic, but she urinated and she actually went into the wrong room, which was 181 across the hall. She urinated on the floor in room 181, slipped on her own urine, fell, hit her head, and busted her head open so bad that there was brain matter on the floor, is what they described to me. Again, I'm keeping all the names and everything confidential, but just a real sad story. And we've got a lot of activity out of room 188 and room 181. They're directly across from each other. Again, the cat goes into room 188. That was her room, actually, where she left and then went over and passed away in the room across the hall. Also the room of the guy who passed away that communicated with us with his call light. So a lot of activity in those two rooms. But just for the heck of it, I'm going to show you the cat video one more time, just in case you're just tuning in out there. But again, I'm not saying this cat's a ghost cat or anything. I'm more along the lines of saying, it's just some type of sign. The cat got in somehow, went to that room. Because, obviously, this thing isn't see-through. But, people believe that people use animals. The Native Americans were big into spirit animals, where they believe that, people could even manifest into the animal of their choice, or shapeshifters and shamans. They believe that you had these spirit animals that would, protect you, or kind of be your spirit animal, to sort of say. Some people are connected to cats. Some people have a thing with, doves or butterflies or bats or anything, So, but we're going to show you this cat video one more time. It's just very bizarre. We never could find the cat. Never happened again. Never seen a cat in the building before or since. And if you look, that cat's aware of our camera. That cat turns right, and the IR illuminates the cat's eyes, as he looks into the camera, which proves to me it's probably a real cat. It's not, a ghost cat, unless a ghost cat's eyes illuminate under IR light. So kind of, 100% saying that's a real cat there, just because of the illumination of the IR light into the cat's eyes. But just strange things going on, guys. Next thing I want to talk about, we had a lot of stuff happen at the village on our haunted tours. Just try to even think and recap all of it. Courtney, I'm pretty sure you guys, I told you about this, but a pearl got thrown in one of the hallways. That's the only thing that ever got thrown at us in the village. She got hit by a little pearl, and it's like, it was in the Otten Center too. I would say Otten and Dykus are the most haunted locations in the Methodist village. But she got a little pearl thrown at her, and it was just like a plastic fake pearl off of like an old necklace. And it came from an empty hallway. 2 of them hit her. People witnessed it. It rolled down the hallway. We picked up the pearl. It's like I said, it's just a little plastic fake pearl off of like an old necklace, like a older lady or somebody would wear. And I'm sure they were just trying to get her attention at the time. But we had that happen. That's the only physical objects that have ever been thrown that we know about there. We did find a cane in one of the hallways one night on Halloween night that we can't explain, that appeared out of nowhere. We still don't understand that. We're still confused about some witches that appeared on the floor in there. I'm probably going to debunk that, but some witches. This was around Halloween night. We had never seen these on the floor at all. They were like little bitty witches that were taped to the floor. And they were like almost going in a direct line, all pointing the same direction. And they alternated with orange and black. They were just little tiny witches. None of us had ever noticed this before. Kelsey contacted, I think, a family member or something that also worked there and said, hey, do you remember these witches ever being there? Well, she said that was something they used to do back in the day around Halloween, is they would put these witches on the floor. But the owner has fully agreed with me that he does not remember those being there, and he think they had been taken up. So we don't know if some type of event recreated itself that took place that they did years ago. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's paranormal, and maybe we just are lacking our observation, and just didn't notice this. I don't know how you cannot notice little witches taped all the way to the floor. And it was weird because on the ghost box that night, we did an ITC communication session, and we got 38. It said 38 came across there, and then it said pennies. It said or 2 and pennies, and it said the number 38. So this is the same night these witches appear on the floor. We follow the trail of witches, and it leads us to a maintenance room. They stop at the elevator. Like there was 3 witches going into the elevator. It stops at the elevator, which is extremely strange. But we followed them backwards to this room. And we go inside the room, and there's 2 pennies laying in the room. And we had just gotten earlier 2 and pennies on the ghost box through an ITC session we were doing. So we thought that was very strange. So one of the girls decided to go count the witches. Come to find out, there was 38 witches on the floor. I don't know, guys. I'm not saying this is paranormal. I'm going to debunk it as weird coincidences and just lack of observation on our part, noticing these witches being on the floor. But I just want to mention it because it's very strange. And from all the stuff that's happened to me at Pine Lawn Manor, I have learned that the very strange can happen. I was I've been very skeptical my whole paranormal career of everything, ghosts in general. I try to debunk everything I find, ghosts even, as being something else. It could be some type of weather phenomena people report when they see illuminated lights from, all kinds of stuff. And I've tried to debunk all this stuff, but there's some things I have seen that have proved to me ghosts exist and the spirit world exists after Pine Lawn Manor. Again, I know I talk about that place a lot, guys, but that place is like an awakening. I mean, you don't understand if you haven't experienced Pine Lawn Manor and when it's active and the stuff that starts happening to you. So pretty much that's the stuff that's happened at the village so far. Is the village haunted? I would say probably yes. The United Methodist Village is 100% haunted. Is it extremely active? I would say probably not. It's hit and miss on the activity there at the United Methodist Village. I mean, we get knocked sometimes. We've had the pearl thrown. We've had evidence of the lights coming on and off. The Wonder Guard system, we had evidence of it coming on and off by itself. A lot of electrical stuff where they mess with. But, it's definitely 100% haunted from the things I've seen and heard there, especially the knocks, and the different communication that we've had with stuff in there. So we're going to move on, though, to Pine Lawn Manor and our Halloween haunted public tours of Pine Lawn Manor and what took place there. And hang on, guys, get a drink and some popcorn here, because I'm just now, telling you guys the backstory of what happened to me regarding all those pictures and the video I posted on our Facebook page. And I'm still shook up over it. I still don't understand what exactly is happening. I'm at a loss for words, really, for this stuff that is happening at Pine Lawn Manor now. But what we did, we did an investigation there, several public investigations, public tours. I didn't think there was much activity. Me and Courtney went in there one night by ourselves. I knew there was some stuff going to happen because we got 2 marbles on the way out. So I knew whatever it was back, because it seems to be on a yearly cycle. After we did the Christmas event last year at Pine Lawn Manor in Sumner, Illinois, where we had the public come in, the activity quit completely. We had no activity, through basically January up until this last September again. I think is when it started, like the last weekend in September. It's when like stuff started happening again. So it may be on a yearly cycle where it goes from like, October to December, because we threw a Christmas party last year and I was sick for that, unfortunately, for that event, but they got a golf ball thrown at them at the Christmas event. So there's definitely still stuff going on in there, guys, and it seems to have increased this year, not decreased, increased. So it's like it held off everything all summer long and just dumped it on us in like 3 investigations there, because we had a group of ladies that was on our tours last year, and it seemed to mess with them, and they're all workers. They all work at locations that would have been similar to Pine Lawn Manor. Like they all work at places, for the mentally disabled. They all are like CNAs or, workers at a nursing home for mentally disabled people. And that's what Pine Lawn Manor was. It held the mentally disabled. So it seemed to follow these ladies last year, and they came back this year. And did it give them a welcome? As soon as these ladies got in there, they started sitting in the dining room. I'm not going to mention their names, but they started sitting in the dining room, and marbles just started coming out of nowhere. I mean, there was marbles coming out of the ceiling. There was marbles coming down sideways. There was marbles flying everywhere. This is the most, I kept telling them, they came into the room and like there was like, take in mind, there's 20 or 30 people here from the public, guys, that are witnessing this, that are seeing this for the first time. So there was a guy that pulled me off to the side. I completely understand his concern, and I'm not at all mad at this guy, because I would be skeptical. This guy pulled me off to the side. He goes, "Are you sure they're not throwing things or have something rigged somehow?" And I said, "How are they coming in sideways and from the ceiling?" But I said, just to take care of your concern, I'm going to call these ladies back to this room. So I took the ladies back to the room, and I said, I've got a guy that's skeptical because the activity is actually, originating and basically happening around you guys most of the time. So I'm going to check you guys. They were fine with that. I mean, I did pretty much everything but a straight out strip search on these 4 ladies, which sounds really bad, guys. But I mean, I checked them to the best of my ability without getting personal. There's no way, what I checked. I mean, I checked their hoodies, their pockets. They didn't have any backpacks or anything like that on them. They would have had to have hid all this stuff on their body, and there's no way possible they were doing it. I knew without a doubt they weren't doing it because I've experienced the activity myself, and I knew right off the bat they weren't. But when somebody says they're skeptical, I'm gonna go check it out and try to verify that claim and make sure he's not right. So absolutely no marbles on these ladies, no pennies, which we were getting coins thrown at us during the course of that night at Pine Lawn Manor. On that public haunted tour, we got 80 objects. I counted them. There's like 80 objects that was thrown, guys. It was a new record. I've never seen anything like it. And they were coming from all directions. They were coming from empty rooms. Again, I was at one end of the hallway, and another person was at another end of the hallway on group 3. We were trying to get stuff to happen to one end of the hallway or the other. We play a little game in there with them and see which end can get the most stuff thrown at us. Every time I'd turn off the light, something would like throw. I got hit in the head. I got hit in the leg 3 times by a marble. Not counting the marble that hit me the other night we captured on video, which I'm getting ready to show you guys. So stay tuned. I'm going to show this marble video. Again, if you've not seen what we captured, coming from absolutely nowhere. So, I've been hit several. It's just another day at the park when I go in there, people were like, well, why didn't you react to that marble hitting you on that video? Well, it's because I was so concerned about the blood, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute, that the marble was nothing to me. So, but anyway, we got all kinds of objects that night thrown at us, from coins. And I personally witnessed a quarter, multiple marbles, like some of them shooter marbles. Was in the dining area. There was a shooter marble that fell even. Everybody witnessed this stuff, guys. Like a coin flew out of an empty room that I witnessed. A quarter, it just shot out of a dark, empty room. Absolutely nobody in that room. keep in mind, there's no vents, there's no holes where this stuff is coming from. You know, a lot of people are skeptical this stuff is coming out of vents or coming from the attics. We've taped up every hole we can when we do find one with blue tape. And most of it doesn't even happen where these holes, you know, there's a couple rooms with little bitty air holes, and we've got them all taped up so nothing can come down through them. But we show everybody the attic. I took a group up into the attic this go around. I said, check the attic. You go through that thing with a fine tooth comb and try to debunk anything that's happening. And if you can, feel free. You know, they couldn't find anybody, anything, any marbles, anything. That's the problem. These things are coming out of nowhere. They're not in the building. We'll pick them up and they come back. They're coming out of nowhere. I've got a whole collection of this stuff at my house. It's not the same objects being thrown. I've got them all here. And on one of these shows, on one of my upcoming shows, I'll actually gather all this evidence up, guys, and show you everything that's been thrown at us since last year and like go through it and where it was at. It'd be kind of cool. I'll show you like everything that's happened to us. But we got a piece of PVC pipe thrown at us in the locker room area that hit so hard last go around that it shook the lockers. Like I say, a marble flew by, and if it would have hit me, it probably would have knocked me out. Hit the wall behind me one time. I mean, it hit the wall hard. I thought it was a golf ball. So, I mean, you know, we're still getting this stuff at Pine Lawn Manor, but I think it's on a yearly cycle. I think that's what we figured out. I mean, hopefully, and it keeps getting worse. All right, I wouldn't say worse, but more intense, you know, because now we're getting a strange new phenomena. But I'm going to show you guys the marble video real quick. If you didn't see it on our Facebook page, this is a slowed down version of the marble. We went in on a live feed. I believe it was me, Isabella walking through the door, and can't remember who else was in the room behind me. Maybe Jareth, Courtney. I can't remember who all was in there, but let me play this video for you guys real fast if I can find it. So I got a lot of videos here. All right. So this is the slowed down version. This is the marble we captured by accident on our live feed. We want to thank you guys for watching out on our live feed because, like I tell you a million times, you guys are our eyes and our ears out there, and sometimes we miss things. I walked into the room, and I'm holding the camera, and I'm so concerned with what I'm going to tell you about next, the blood incident, that, I mean, I felt something hit me. I told somebody something hit me. I just didn't know what it was. It was so fast. And we actually did find the marble underneath. I mean, it was a white-colored marble, which I'm going to show too when I show you guys all these objects. But here's the video again. This is a slowed down version, I believe, of the marble flying at me. And it actually hits. You can hear the thud. I'm going to play that one more time. Here we go. You can clearly see that marble comes from nowhere, guys. I mean, we've captured evidence at Pine Lawn Manor before, marbles coming from nowhere. But this, in my opinion, is the best evidence we've captured because it shows the origin. That door is closed in the background. Also, we've had some people say, oh, that's an air vent it's coming out of. I'm going to show you what that is above that door. This is what's to the left of that door. It's a sign. It's a wooden sign that shows the room number. Excuse me. So, yeah, see that wooden sign? That is what you're looking at to the left of that door that people have said, oh, there's a vent there. No, that's a wooden sign. There's no holes behind that. There's no holes in the wall. And as you can see in this picture, the door is closed, and it was closed in the video as well. If you blow up and stop the video, you can see the door is clearly closed. No one is throwing anything out of the door. It originates from absolutely nowhere. So we cannot debunk it. In my opinion, that's not debunkable. I mean, I hate to say that because I mean, I've debunked my own stuff, but I know what happened. I know the marbles come out of nowhere. That one came out of nowhere. If anybody out there can debunk that video, it's on our Facebook page. If there's any paranormal investigators out there watching, if there's any skeptical people out there watching, go to our page, rewatch it. We've got 3 different versions of the video up on our Facebook page. And if there's anybody that can come up with any explanation as to how a marble comes out of thin air with the door closed, no vents, no holes, let me know, because it hit me and landed on the floor. But if anybody out there can debunk that, please feel free to try. And like I say, I would be happy if you could. If you can come up with an explanation that I'm like, oh gosh, I never thought of that, definitely let me know. Ben says, let me see here. You can see the curve. You can see the curve the marble makes just like a person through it. Yeah, I know. That's something I've noticed also, Ben. It does like arch, like, like somebody threw an actual person through it. And yeah, there's nobody there. It's just crazy. So the blood, guys, we're going to get into the blood now. I'm not sure what Bob is saying up there. I'm not so sure after the blood. What's that, Bob, you're trying to say there? But we're going to get into the blood now, guys. So what happened is we were doing an investigation in Pine Lawn Manor on, let me think what day that would have been. It would have been Halloween going into November 1st. So we were there Halloween night going into November 1st, and then Halloween night, I had a big special on Halloween on my last episode. So, on the origins of Halloween and, the significance of November 1st, if you guys want to go back and watch that. But getting right into this, we were in there with a small group of people. I absolutely know that no one in my group faked it. We thought maybe somebody got into the building and wrote "help me" in blood on the bathroom, because we go into the bathroom and we find this, which if I can get it to come up, on the wall above the bathtub. If I can find my pictures here, guys, sorry. Yeah, and I apologize. I got a lot of pictures running around here on this thing. So, okay, here's the "help me." So that, again, was on the wall above the tub. I thought, okay, somebody snuck in, somebody faked this, somebody done it. We don't know what happened here. We thought, I didn't even tell the public about this because I thought it was so fake. I didn't tell anybody, that we found this, because I thought somebody had gotten in the building, wrote this on there, we find it, and they're trying to scare us, or they're just trying to be stupid, kids getting in the building, doing something. So I didn't say anything about it publicly, didn't really mention it publicly, didn't even talk about it because I thought it was so fake. And so this is what happens and plays out the next night. A group of us go to the United Methodist Village to investigate. We weren't going to investigate Pine Lawn Manor. Jareth, I didn't get a hold of Jareth, and he got off work, went to Pine Lawn Manor by himself, went in, and he was going to steal his doll. Like, I don't know why he was going to steal his doll. I don't know what possessed him to take this doll or want to take this doll. But he went in there and he found this doll in a room, and he says he doesn't even know why he was drawn to this room. He said that he still doesn't know why he was drawn to this room, but he found a doll, and we've never seen this doll before in there. Like, that's another weird thing too. None of us have ever seen this doll. So I get this phone call that he's freaking out. I mean, he's just going hysterical. He says there's blood just appeared. He's picked up this doll, blood just appeared in front of him, and he's freaking out. He said, get over there. So we haul over. I mean, we get in our cars, we haul butt to Sumner, to Pine Lawn Manor, and we get out, and I go in real quick, see if he's all right. We go in the front entrance, and as I enter the entrance, guys, this right here appeared on the wall in front of me, in front of my eyes. Like, it physically came out of the wall. It didn't write like somebody was writing it across. It oozed out at once. Like, if that makes sense. Like, it didn't go from like, from like left to right, like you're going to write your name. It came out all at once. And I'm still freaked out about it. This is what I seen physically appear in front of myself. I don't know how to explain it. I don't really know what it's saying. I don't know what it means. There's been a lot of interpretations on what it was trying to say. I freaked out, and I uh, I went back. I freaked out. Went back, got the camera from them. I said, "Get in here." I said, "It's happening." I said, "Jared's telling the truth. This is appearing out of nowhere because he experienced blood appear on the floor and on the windowsill. That's what he was calling me about. He was freaked out. He said it's bleeding in here. He said there's blood appearing." So was lucky enough to witness this to verify this was not fake, guys. I mean, this came out of the wall. Here's another shot of it. We kind of, some people are interpreting it as why run or why. Some people think it says you, like YOU. I'm honestly thinking it says why run because Jareth was probably running after he stole the doll and it was trying to get even with him or something. I think it was a sign to, maybe me and Jareth, because me and Jareth have been in there a couple times by ourselves lately, investigating, and maybe it's trying to scare us. I don't know. But the pattern on this wall is just bizarre. We cannot figure it out. There's splatter, there's straight lines, there's dots. So there's multiple patterns. There's no brush marks. There's no fingerprints. There's nothing indicating that this is fakery. And I seen it come out of the wall. So my first thought, I didn't even know if this stuff existed, but my first thought, Google, is there some type of like magic blood that appears under light when the light hits it or something? Because I did shine my light and that's when it started oozing out of the wall. Now, I searched the heck out of the internet. If you guys can find something out there, some type of stage blood or theatrical blood that is like magic ink, that was my theory that I was trying to debunk this with. Did somebody sneak in there, and why would they go to the trouble of doing this? And who would even know this? Because I didn't release the help me. I never told anybody, guys, except for the small group of people that were with me, and they didn't tell anybody either. There was like 4 of us there that night when the help me appeared. I didn't tell anybody that happened to us because it was so fake to me. So did somebody get in and somehow put this stuff on the wall and it's activated by light? That was my next thing trying to debunk. And I tried to look for appearing blood or fake appearing blood, that's like magic ink. When you hit it with light, it appears. I can't find anything like that. For one, who would have access to that? Who would go in there and do it? And why would they do it? And who would know we found the help me in blood the night before and didn't tell anybody about it? That's the crazy thing. There was blood on the walls. Like, that's what I seen appear, though. That's what made me believe this was a legitimate phenomena that's taken place in there. Why, I don't know. But this appeared on the floor. Here's a blood splatter pattern that appeared on the floor. You can see it's dripped down the hallway. We have these pictures posted up on there, but I'm kind of explaining them in detail now while you guys are watching. But again, this is a drip pattern, like spots. This is hard to do with like a tube of fake blood or a paintbrush or anything like that, because it looks like somebody basically cut a chicken's head off or something and let it drip down the hallway. That's what it reminds me of. I mean, this is drip. This isn't like writing or anything like this. This is drippage of some type of blood going down the hallway. So that's another incident, another part of the blood that appeared. Here's another image of that right there. Here is the blood on the doorway that Jareth first seen. This is one of the original blood that scared him, and we think it's almost saying the same thing that appeared in front of me. It looks like a Y and almost the same type of pattern, like it's trying to spell something or trying to tell us something. Like YU, Y run, YM could be somebody's initials. We don't know what it's trying to say. And that's a big mystery. If anybody can decipher that too, let me know. Trying to get your comments too, because I'm showing pictures, guys. Could have been satanic worshiping and animal sacrifice, Josh is saying. Well, I mean, it could be, yeah. The only part that gets me is the part I physically witnessed of it coming out of the wall. Had I not seen that coming out of the wall, I wouldn't be talking to you guys about it tonight, because I would have debunked it all as people either coming in there being dumb or, kids getting in the building and trying to, just be kids for Halloween. Yeah, if I hadn't physically seen what I seen, I would not be talking about any of this. And that's what gets me because, yeah, it could have been, some type of devil stuff, somebody in the building. I only physically witnessed the part that I showed you guys where it said "Why run" on the big wall. I did not witness the "Help me." I did not witness the blood on the door. I did not witness the drops on the floor being created. And later on, when Jareth, we go into group 3 hallway, we freak out because we find more blood, and that's on our page 2. There was blood all over a chair. And he said he had set the doll down in the chair, picked the doll up, and the chair apparently started bleeding. We found out later when we looked at this chair, where he put the doll was bleeding. There was no blood on this doll. Just the chair itself was bleeding. And I can't explain it. If I hadn't seen what I seen, I could debunk it. But I seen what I seen, guys. That's the problem there. I could debunk it as somebody snuck in, and I'm just at a loss for words for it because it about ended my paranormal career. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was freaked out. When you see blood appear in front of your face out of a wall, oozing out of the wall, that doesn't make you feel very good. I seriously was freaked out. I'm still freaked out. I did go back in alone after that because I wanted to see if it was after me or Jareth. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Me and Jareth, I went back in. I think it was the night after the blood happened. I took a radio with me. I took some other people uptown, set them uptown within radio communication range, and I went back in by myself and spent most of the night, and nothing happened to me at all. I didn't experience anything, no more blood appeared. I couldn't find anything, because I wanted to see if it was an individual message to me or him or something, just because he tried to take the doll and was trying to scare us and say, "Why run?" Nothing happened. So there's been no more blood found, no more blood appear. Don't know. I don't know. You guys come up with your own conclusion on this, but like I say, I have no clue for what caused it or what created it. To the blood test now. So I called James Pinkston, one of my team members, and he does have a blood testing kit. And if y'all know, we investigated Willow's Weep in Indiana one time. It's supposed to be the most haunted house in the United States and the most terrifying place, in the United States. And they claim that this guy, committed suicide in there, which he did. There was only one suicide. We debunked a lot of it. We debunked about everything that happened at Willow's Weep. There was a chair in there that supposedly had the guy's blood that committed suicide on the chair. So we went in and we did a blood test on the chair. It came back negative for human blood. We thought they were lying about it. The family thought they were lying about, that being the actual chair, because they said the chair was burnt and they're just using it as a stage prop to fake things and sell their tickets to Willow's Weep. Well, we went in and actually helped the family and determined that it was fake blood on the chair. We did a blood test, to determine that, and it came back negative for human blood or blood at all. So it was definitely fakery going on at Willow's Weep. So, Ben Irvin's out there saying Willow's fakes. He was definitely in on that investigation because we debunked the heck out of Willow's Weep. And the owner got so pissed at us. And he threatened to pretty much everything, under the sun, almost suing us because if we released the information, I don't care anymore because we debunked it and he faked it. So I have James come in with this test and with this blood testing kit again into Pine Lawn Manor now. Going back to Pine Lawn Manor, guys, this stuff I experienced and seen on the walls. The results were inconclusive. Some of it came back positive for blood, but not human blood. And the Help Me in the bathroom that we witnessed the night before that I thought was totally fake came back completely positive for blood, but not human blood. The wall where I saw up here, the blood come out of the wall. Like, let me throw it back up here so you know which I'm referring to while I'm talking about it. This blood right here that I seen come out of the wall, that was inconclusive. Parts of it came back positive for blood, and parts of it came back negative for blood. How that happens, I don't know. But yeah, it was, our blood test was just inconclusive. Like, it was like the test couldn't read what it was. Like, some of it was positive, some of it was not. But none of it came back positive for human blood. It was just blood in general. So we tested the other place, the other samples, same thing pretty much. We were getting inconclusive results of whether it was blood or not. But the problem, guys, here is like, everybody said, well, if it's fake blood, it's not paranormal, or if it's fake, if it's not blood, or it's some other substance, it's not paranormal. I disagree on that, because I seen it come out of the wall, and regardless of what the substance is, it's paranormal. Unless we can find something that mimics blood coming out of the wall like that and will appear in front of my face. And that's my argument with it. I mean, and you've got to base this off my testimony, and that's what the problem is here. And like I've told you guys before, this is my eyewitness account. This is not evidence. So you've got to take my word that I saw this blood appear. And that's what I'm basing all this off of myself. Even though I seen it appear, I'm still trying to debunk it myself as being some type of fake blood. But even if it was mimicking fake blood, or mimicking blood, or animal blood or human blood, it still came out of the wall. Regardless of substance, it came out of the wall, guys. That's why it keeps me up at night still, because I can't debunk this right now. Someday maybe I can. Maybe I'll find out there was some theatrical blood out there and some punk snuck in there, and it'll get out that, oh, we fooled him, we put this appearing blood on the wall. But as of right now, I can't explain it. I don't want to say it's paranormal. I don't want to say that it's some type of, ghostly activity, but I can't explain it as anything but that right now. So that's what I'm going to have to lean toward until I can debunk it, at a future date, if there's any way of debunking it. We took blood samples. We have blood samples on Q-tips still. So, if we could send them to a lab or anything, we do have actual blood samples, on Q-tips from that when it was fresh. That was a weird thing too. It was fresh into about 2 more tours. About a week and a half later, the blood was still fresh coming out of the walls. Like, even on our haunted tours, when we were showing people, you could take a napkin and it was still fresh when you wiped it off. I wouldn't let anybody touch it because I don't know what it is. I don't want anybody to have to get some type of blood test or contract some type of, weird virus if it is legitimately blood. So I wouldn't let anybody actually touch it with their, skin. We did touch it with straws and napkins and, gloved, Q-tips and everything. So, nobody actually had physical contact with the substance. So that way, in case it was something weird, I don't want anybody getting any, weird ghost disease if it's from a ghost. So, but that's what happened, guys, with the blood. Let me see if I got any more pictures of the blood. Most of it's on our page, though. This is the doll I was referring to right here. Now, this is a weird shot of the doll because it's actually a photograph, another evidence photo. And what happened here was a group of girls. The doll was standing up in the chair against the arm, not the back, because there's no back in this chair. But they had it standing up, or I had it standing up on the arm, like completely up against the arm. And these 2 girls walked into this room. I was close to the doorway. They turned around to walk out, and the doll, this is on one of our recent haunted tours after the blood, the doll was laying on its back like it had been pulled down off the arm of the chair. And I don't think it could have fell like that. It's placed perfectly, like that. I don't think it would have perfectly fell like that. The feet wouldn't be in that position if it fell, because I tried to recreate it and bump the chair and hit it. And the doll always ended up in a different position other than what it is in that chair. So the doll moved on one of our investigations, I'm pretty sure. And that's the photo of after it moved. We didn't have any previous photo, unfortunately. But again, it may have fell. I can debunk that. Could have fallen. Somehow ended up that way. But I mainly just wanted to show you guys what the doll looked like that he took. or was going to take when this blood started appearing out of the walls. And we just need to do more research into this. I mean, we've got Waverly Hills Sanatorium coming up this Tuesday or tomorrow night, so I'll tell you the truth. I'm more excited about going back to Pine Lawn Manor than I am investigating, the supposedly most haunted place in the United States tomorrow night, which is the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I'll be surprised if we see anything at Waverly Hills compared to what we see at Pine Lawn Manor. It may prove me wrong. I go in to debunk things. I go into, especially these locations that charge people a lot of money to go into. I go in to try to debunk the heck out of them and say, hey, nothing's going on here or what. That I'll be highly surprised if anything happens to us tomorrow night. If it does, it does. But I'm still that hung up over what happened to me at Pine Lawn Manor. I don't think we'll see any place like that ever in our life again, even though Waverly Hills Sanatorium is considered one of the most haunted locations in the world, possibly. I'm telling you, I think this little old place in Sumner will give it a run for its money, but maybe I may eat my words tomorrow night, guys. I may be running out of Waverly Hills like a little schoolgirl, but we'll find out tomorrow night. So definitely, check out our live Facebook feed tomorrow night, guys. Again, going to be in Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. We've got myself, Jareth, Courtney Mendenhall, Becky, Nighty. We got Kelsey and Jake Greentree going. We got Sammy and Macy Peach going. We got Eric, one of my buddies, going from the Effingham Brewery. So we're going to have a small team there to investigate, and I hope I didn't forget anybody there. But we're going to have the whole building to ourselves tomorrow night at Waverly Hills. We're going to go in about 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if you guys don't know anything about Waverly Hills Sanatorium, they started work on it in 1910 and finished it in 1926. And it was to house tuberculosis patients. And many people died. There's claims that 60,000 people died at the location. There's some historical scholars that believe that number is off a little. It's more like 10,000. They always have to amp these places up and hype them up, it seems like. And that makes me mad, too, because I just tell the truth about this stuff. But again, there's a ghost named Timmy there, I think, supposedly kicks a ball, but there's no documentation or proof of him ever existing. So, again, just another story. But we're going to go into Waverly Hills tomorrow night with an open yet skeptical mind set like we always do. And if anything happens, it happens. If we can't debunk it, then, we can't debunk it. But we're going to try our dangest to debunk everything that happens to us tomorrow night. Hopefully, we'll come up with natural explanations. Maybe we won't, if anything occurs at Waverly Hills. But, it definitely has the potential. We're dealing with a location where there was a lot of deaths, and that's what sparks hauntings, locations with a lot of deaths in a concentrated area. Of course, this place is huge, but definitely tune in tomorrow night, guys, and watch it because it's going to be a good one. We're going to go live as much as possible, at least 4 hours straight until midnight. If we don't go live after midnight, it's just because we want to try to experience something without all the camera lights, because when I got those camera lights in my face, again, it's hard for me to see or hear much because I'm just blinded by the lights a lot of times. So we tried using IR lights to record and everything. It just doesn't show up real well at half these places, but definitely tune in tomorrow night, guys. Karen says, did you leave the blood at Pine Lawn? Yes, the blood is still there at Pine Lawn. Anybody, we could take you there right now and show you the leftover, dried up blood now. It is starting to dry finally. Last time we were in there, it stayed wet for a long time, guys. And it's now starting to dry up. But I'm glad we took pictures because it was like fresh, when we took those photographs. So, but yeah, the blood's still there. If you guys ever come on another tour at Pine Lawn, I can show you where it's all at, where it all happened, everything. So, Jared says I'd freak out if it's gone. Yeah, I would too if it's all cleaned up, not a speck. That would be freaky. But I think that's it for tonight, guys. I just want to get on here and let you guys know. Oh, real fast, too, before I forget. We put out a job application here a while back for paranormal investigator. We were looking for some new team members. We have found pretty much, everyone we're looking for, I think. It's still open, but we want to thank everybody out there that did turn in a application for our team to be on our paranormal investigation team. We put that out a while back, and we had, I'm thinking, over 35 applications turned in, which is pretty cool. You know, we went through all of them. We had a series of questions we asked people, and some of them were an absolute no, and if they answered it a certain way, and some of them, you know, we had our reasons for all the questions we put on those applications. But we did find 3 really cool people, and hopefully, you know, they all work out, and we'll introduce you to those people, you know, during some of our upcoming investigations. Unfortunately, I don't think any of them are going to Waverly with us. We will introduce you guys to our new team members, you know, when the time comes. So, but thank you guys for everyone, all of you that, you know, turned in your applications to my team. And thank you guys for continuing to watch. And definitely watch us tomorrow night, because there may be something happen we missed, just like that marble. You guys caught that marble. You know, we caught that accidentally. You know, we didn't realize we caught that marble footage. I felt it hit me, just kept filming. I was so concerned with the blood that I just kept filming, and it was all the excitement, you know, with the blood happening. You guys, you know, hey, a marble hit you. I went back and looked at the video footage, and yeah, it definitely, you know, caught it and hit me, you know. And we found the marble too, guys, just to let you know, the marble is there. That hit me. It's a white colored marble, like it's got some swirls in it, but I will show you guys that too in a future video. But we did find the marble. So thank you guys again. You guys are our eyes and ears out there on these investigations. And I hope all you guys tune in tomorrow night for our investigation at Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Kentucky. It's going to be a good one. We will definitely keep you updated throughout the day of where we're at, maybe give you a little preview of the building before we actually do our investigation. So everybody tune in tomorrow night for Waverly Hills, guys. I'm going to start packing and charging batteries and getting stuff ready. And we will see you tomorrow night in Louisville, Kentucky. Have a good night, everyone.